Hey guys, welcome into the Business on Purpose platform. Scott Beebe. Hope you guys are doing great. It is a great day to liberate small business owners from the chaos of working in your business. Sorry, I kind of sound like Barry White. Do that low thing with my voice. Something's going on. I got head crud and all that, but who cares? This has been an incredible day at the EntreLeadership Summit. Let me turn my phone around real quick because I want to make sure you guys see what I'm doing with these things that we've been learning, because it has been unbelievable this morning. John Maxwell, I've heard the guy 1,000 times through video, audio, read a ton of his books. I think I've even heard him live a couple of times. And so I kind of went into it, quite honestly, guys, thinking, all right, I've heard what the guy said. I mean, he's written, I think, more than 50 books. A lot of his books ring of some of the similar leadership stories, and they're really good. But when I came in, he blew my mind. And there were 5 rules, 5 things that he went through that I wanted to share with you that I thought were really powerful and, quite frankly, incredibly helpful if you can implement them. He talked about things called uphill habits and downhill habits, and he even moved his arm uphill, down here, and what that looked like. And he basically said that your uphill, everything that's worth fighting for, going after, is going to be uphill. The problem is we live with these downhill habits. And so in this idea, he laid out 5 rules, and he calls it the rule of 5. He's got a name for everything. And so it's just really easy to remember the rule of 5. Rule number 1 is, he said, every single day I learn something. Somehow, and he had 3 little principles with it. I want to be intentional in my learning. I don't want to just learn anything and call it learning. I want to be very intentional, very focused. Second thing is, I want to be a sponge in that learning. Don't just read something and go, yeah, I know that, or that's not going to work, but to really sit and chew on it. And the third part of everyday learning is to be expandable. You want to learn things that are expandable, something that you can take, chew on it, build it up, expand and scale that to be able to serve and to train and to teach other people. Second rule he laid out in this rule of 5 is, every day I reflect. So the first thing is, every day I learn something, how many ever minutes it takes you to do that. And a lot of times, guys, this is through reading. It's not just through watching videos or anything like that, but it's through sitting down quietly and reading. Second thing is, every day I reflect. And he said, experience is not the best teacher. He said, you can have a 70-year-old who's got all the experience in the world, but it's not gotten better. Evaluated experience is the real teacher. And so he asked these 2 questions all the time. What do you learn? What do you love? And what have you learned? What do you love? And what have you learned? And so second rule, every day I reflect. Third rule that John Maxwell laid out just here on the stage back behind me was, every day I write. Some of you guys are going to hate this. Every day I write. And you know what? Honestly, guys, I used to do this a lot. And I don't do it as much anymore because of the schedule. And so a guy named Seth Godin, some of you may have heard of before, just Google him, Seth Godin, Godin. He has written on a blog 7 days a week, every single day, I think for like 12, 13, 14 years straight. And because of it, he has become the lead thinker, the lead influencer in marketing. In fact, if you've ever heard that term viral, that term came from Seth Godin. And so this guy writes nonstop. And so I want to encourage you to actually look this stuff up. But John Maxwell says, every day I write, and then he has a filing system for it. Actually, his team, he sends it to a team, and they just file it away so he can go back and chew on it. Okay, those first 3 things are all things about what he calls awareness. So every day I learn, everything I reflect, or every day I reflect, and every day I write. And that makes you aware. The fourth thing he talks about, and these last 2 are application. Again, this is the rule of 5 from John Maxwell, what he just laid out on the stage, is every day I share. That's what I'm doing with you guys right now, is I'm sharing what I've learned. He said the reason you want to share is because when you talk it out, you really do genuinely begin to take that idea and evolve the idea as you talk it out. I'm evolving the idea of the rule of 5 right now on Facebook Live. So you guys can see this, and you're starting to see how this begins to interact and impact in your life. And so just the idea of talking it out so you can identify the idea and really build on the idea. And he said, get good people around you to help you think out that idea. Hey, listen, if you don't have a mastermind or coach or somebody like that around you to be able to help you think through and think out those ideas, you need to really be able to get that. So number 4 is an application principle, every day I share. So every day I learn, every day I reflect, every day I write, and every day I share. And the 5th and final one, and this also is application, is every day I apply. Every day I apply. And this was so powerful. This is something you can implement right now. He has this thing he calls ACT. And whenever he takes notes for anywhere he might be, he has this thing called ACT. And what he does is the first thing is apply, change, and teach others. And so when he has a note, like I've got all these notes right here, I need to go by all my notes in my notebook and either write an A, a C, or a T by the big ones. Not all of them, but by the big ones. And the A means I need to apply this right away. The C means this is something I need to change. And the T is this is something I need to be able to teach other people with. And so the simple little system that they use, Pat Lencioni just got done speaking, and he's got this scorecard he does, and he uses simple green color dots, green, yellow, red, around identifying things that are important to you. So think simplistically when it comes to this stuff. That's the big challenge for me, is to think simplistically. And you take these ideas and you start to go, okay, what ideas do I need to keep? And then of those ideas, what do I need to apply? What do I need to change in myself, and what I need to begin to teach others? And once you have those. So the rule of 5 from John Maxwell, he just laid out. It was powerful. Every day I learn, every day I reflect, every day I write, every day I share, and then finally every day I apply. Guys, I hope that helps you. I hope you'll do something with that. Don't just sit here and listen to this stuff. Go apply it. Go take it. Ingest it. Make it a part of who you are, and do something incredible with it. And frankly, what we want from you is to be liberated from the chaos of working in your business, because when you do that, when you're liberated from that chaos, you know what we get? We get the benefit of your product and service. So to you small business owners, again, as always, I want to say thank you. Thank you for making that heroic choice to start your small business. Now go live by these 5 principles and start to work them out. That's my to-do as I leave here. We got a couple more things, and then we're headed out from this great summit. Hope you guys are doing great. Talk to you soon.